Hey, welcome back to another episode of TuneQuest. Before we get into it, there are links below to a free online course and community, and you can book one-on-one lessons and coaching with me there as well. Today we're looking at Clara, The Night is Dark by Fred again. This is a house tune, and so it's going to be a lot of fun on the piano. We're going to progress it through levels, okay? So it's going to get progressively more difficult. Let's start with level 1. It's going to look like this. Okay, so it's going to look and sound something like that, right? Okay, let's start with the left hand. So the left hand is just going to be playing octaves, right? So it's going to start with this G sharp octave, pinky down there and thumb up there, right? Octave, very simple. It's a great honestly, this is a great thing you can do with the left hand. If you don't know what else to do with the left hand, just play an octave. That's honestly a hack, right? That's such a good hack right there, okay? So G sharp, and then that's going to go down here. You can't even see the low note there, it's so low, but it's an E octave, okay? And then it's gonna go up to B, and they're gonna be like 2 bars, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Well, not that one, this one. G sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. B, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. C sharp. Okay, so that's what we got for the left hand. Now, with the right hand, we're going to play the melody, but also have the chord to accompany it. Okay, so we're going to start here. Okay, so you've got your thumb there on the F sharp, and this 4th finger up on a D sharp here. Right, and it's going to land. You're going to play it like 3 times. Like that, okay? Of course, that top note is the melody. Like that. And then when we go to the E, it's gonna be like this. Okay, so we're gonna play these notes here. So you've got E, G sharp, and C sharp. And the top note is gonna go like this. Okay, so you can just play that top note like this. That's good enough, okay? So those 2 chords together. Wait, that's 3. 1. Like that. Okay? And then when we go to this B, we're gonna play these 3 notes here. So you've got F sharp, B, C sharp, and that top note is gonna go like that, right? And you're gonna do that same pattern where you've got 1, it's like 1, 1, 2, like that. And then play that again, that D sharp, before we go to the next chord, which is gonna be this, okay? So you're gonna create this chord again, E, G sharp, and C. And that it's gonna do the same thing where it's gonna go from that C sharp to the B, okay? So let me play that whole section all together. It's gonna look something like this. Cool, so that's level 1, and you could also do the same thing up an octave, okay? So you could do that like twice, and then you can do it. Sounds beautiful, right? Cool, so that's level 1. Now let's progress it to level 2. Now, level 2 is actually not much more difficult. We're basically just gonna turn the left hand into an arpeggio. The arpeggio I talk about all the time, which is root 5, octave 5 arpeggio, where you're gonna do this, right? So that's for the G sharp minor chord. So you've got G sharp, D sharp, G sharp. Right, like this. And then you're gonna do the same thing for E. And then B. And then that's gonna go up to C sharp. Now, it's level 2 because you have to coordinate that with the right hand playing exactly the same thing. So it should be like this. Actually, let me play it slowly for you so you can really map it out. Okay, so that's level 2. Okay, so it's not too much more difficult than level 1, but again, you just have to kind of coordinate that hand independence. Now, let's progress it to level 3. This is where we actually get significantly more challenging. This is where it's going to become a house tune. So you get this really cool, this like classic kind of house melody before it goes into the kind of drop thing. Right? So let me just show you what we're going to play. It's going to be something like this. Okay, so that's like a kind of classic piano house rhythm thing. Now, let's take a look at it. The left hand is actually doing the same thing, okay? So it's just maintaining this pattern. Try to make it as automatic as you can. Like, make it really just literally just practice this left hand until it becomes autopilot, until it becomes muscle memory, so you don't even have to think about that, because we're trying to get this rhythmic effect using the interplay between the left hand and the right hand, but it's mainly the right hand dancing around this, right? So it's... Right, so this is the rhythm here. Firstly, with that first chord, it's a G sharp minor, right? So in the right hand, we're gonna create the rest of the G sharp minor. It's G sharp minor in second inversion. So this is standard G sharp minor triad, and basically you take that fifth and you lower it down an octave. So that's the chord that we've got. Right? Don't worry about the rhythm, I'm just going to show you the chords first. And then when we go to this E, we're just playing an E triad. Okay, E major triad. And then that's going to go down, these notes are going to go down here. And we're going to create a B major triad in its first inversion. Right? Again, this is B major root position. So we're taking that root and we're putting it up an octave. If you want to learn all about triads and inversions, I cover that in the free course. You can check it out below. And then, what's the last one? It's this. And then we bring it back up to an E major triad for when we're playing on that C sharp. So again, that's just G sharp minor, E, B major, and then E major triad. That's just the right hand. Okay, now what's important here is, of course, the rhythm. So it's like a da 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 da, right? So your first chord lands when you're on that first 5, and then between, so it lands first when you play that note, and then between these two notes. Right, so that's part 1. Right, that's part 1. And then part 2 is you're landing on these together. So part 1. Okay, so first, it's quite hard to explain these rhythmic things. It's more of a feel thing. Really try to feel it in your body and feel it in your, hear it in your ears. You gotta feel the pulse of the song, right? I can like sit here and explain exactly where to place the chords and the notes, but it's better to feel it intuitively. Get that feeling in your body. Really hear it in your ears. You gotta hear it in relation to the pulse of the beat, right? Right, so. That actually explains rhythm very well. Like, rhythm is not something you can sit here and just explain the theory of. It's more of something you feel in your body. You've got to feel it, and you've got to hear it in your ears. Especially, like, house. If you love house music, I mean, you probably do because you listen to Fred again. You love Fred again. Like, yeah, it's a feeling thing, okay? So, I'll just play it very slowly so you can really try to get the sound, the feel of it, okay? So... Okay, so I really hope that you can get that. If you really need extra help, you can book a call with me, a lesson with me, and we can go over that and more rhythmic ideas. But then you kind of have this. I'm adding this thing, right? So that's just like the melody is D sharp to C sharp to B, and I've got this G sharp here as well. Just a little bit of a accompaniment. So okay, so that's the house section. And now to finish it off, I wanted to show you how you can kind of improvise on this. I always like to explain the pentatonic scale because that's such a great way to improvise. And in this instance, it's the G sharp minor pentatonic scale. So you've got G sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, and G sharp. Sorry, F sharp and G sharp. And you can play any one of those notes. And then you can kind of go back to the, you know, back to the start, write it out, and then you can maybe add the arpeggio effect with that melody, maybe up here. That's really beautiful. This approach to learning songs I like to call Tune Quest, where you're not exactly following an exact way of playing the song, but you're more able to express yourself using the song, right? Think about how Fred again would learn songs. Do you think he would learn the sheet music and play it exactly how it is? No way. He would want to be able to express himself with the song, and that's what we want to do as well, okay? So I really hope this tutorial was helpful to you. If it was, definitely do all of the things, like, comment, subscribe, join the community in that, and if you need extra help and want to level up your playing, you can book a one-on-one call and lesson with me. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. All the best, and see you next time.